Welcome back to Garage Built Strongman in the video that nobody's been waiting for. Um, how do you like my new barefoots? Just got them about a week ago, and I've worn them about the fourth time I've worn them. I kind of like them. They're really comfortable, really flexible. They were free. No, nobody sent them to me for free, but one of the events that I've won 2 years in a row, one of the prizes was a gift certificate for barefoot. So I used the gift certificates to buy a pair of these. They're the Ursula, I believe, the canvas style ones. Really comfy, nice wide toe box and everything. Really good for your everyday events. I've been using my Converse over there, but a lot of guys are trying these out, and like I said, for free. I won't argue. Anyway, this video is going to be the recap of my weekend at provincials. It's not really a whole long video or a weekend whole thing, but there's a couple extra videos I'd like to share. One anyway, and I'm going to get to that and everything leading up to and how the event went. So I got a bit of workout to do, and we'll get to that. So starting off, yes, the provincials was in Sudbury, Ontario. So it was a 5-hour trip north that took about 6.5 hours because going through Toronto sucks ass. I stayed the weekend at a buddy's house. I hooked onto my RV and took that with me, which helped with the excessive length of time to get to Sudbury. Beautiful piece of property. He has a killer home gym set up, both inside and outside of his home. The outside stuff is all DIY stuff, and it's absolutely amazing. You'd have to see it to appreciate it, and I really appreciate it. So we got set up and everything like that, and just kind of chilled out for the night. And then Friday, I had to go do weigh in. Not really a big deal. Did my weigh in. I was well within the weight limitations. It is now 231.5 is the max, and I was at 227. So no worries there. From there, we headed out to a gentleman, a gentleman's house. His name is Lance Lavallee, or Laval. I believe it's Laval, to be quite honest with you. And if Lance ever sees this, which I doubt he will, I apologize. Lance is the Canadian rep for Cerberus here. And so he's got a big, beautiful gym set up. And so we went there, and at that little training area, a friend of mine, a fellow competitor, Raymond, had built his own log. Now, this log has to be seen to really be appreciated. By the time he was said and done, he put a lot of time and effort into it. He found the log himself and built it end to end, top to bottom, inside and out. And when all was said and done, this log is 12 feet long, including your end pieces for loading. And it is beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is 346 pounds. So we kind of did some exercises and blood flow things. You don't want to do too much before you're competing. So we had the pleasure of sitting there and taking some videos and help loading the logs for Lance, another gentleman who is now a pro but hasn't reached that level where you might have seen him. His name is Nate. And last but very not least is Max Boudrealt. And if you've never actually met Max, he's a hell of a great guy. And he's a blast to kind of watch train and that. And his goal was to lift this log. He is the first person to lift this log, as I said, 346 pounds. So I'm going to share a few videos with you guys right now of now Lance is a masters, 50 plus masters. He competes mostly in static monsters, but he's got a very good log. He was in around the 300-pound range. Nate and Max were both pushing 400, and Max actually hit 428 on Raymond's log. So I'm going to throw a few of those videos up for you now, and I hope you enjoy that. And then we'll move on to the provincials event.
Yep. Come on. Up. Nice. Come on, mate. Right up, bro. Come on. Come on. Yep. Nice. Come on. Come on, Nate.
This place is a mess. I've had the doors open and it needs to be swept and cleaned, but it's still my garage gym. What are you going to do? All right. So definitely had a blast watching Max and Nate do their pressing. Picked up a few cues. I wish I could share them with you, but I actually didn't get a video, and I'm not sure Max would see the humor in some of the things that he was saying and how he was putting them out there. Though he's a very straightforward and blunt guy, it's not my place, at any rate. So moving on to event day. After Friday in that press fest with the boys, I was feeling a little more fired up, but I'll be honest with you, I have felt the least prepared, the least ready, the least interested in the event. I don't know what it was. There was no fire the way there usually is, but I went into it. And so I'm not going to get into each individual event. It wasn't a great day, but in the end, it worked out. So the first event was the yoke. Yoke was 560 pounds. Picked it up and went with it with like nothing. It was great. Training in the grass here was really a bonus for me. Unfortunately, 6 inches from the line, I dropped the yoke. I'm not sure what happened. I don't think it outweighed me, but I was able to pick it up, get across the line. But that little mistake dropped me to third. And if I had crossed the line without dropping it, I probably would have been very close to first on that one. The next event was the log press and circus dumbbell. Great event for me. Despite the troubles with my shoulders lately, I managed 3 rounds on each, and that gave me a second place. The next event was the deadlift. Now, this is where things really got bad for me because it's supposed to be a 500-pound car deadlift, and the way the rack flexed and everything like that, it definitely didn't feel like a deadlift. And a lot of it, if you watch the video, I'm probably going to speed the videos up because to keep them short and try and keep this video as short because I ramble. As you're pulling, it just turned out to be all quad. And, I did a workout about a month ago and I pulled 504 for 7. And I thought, great, I'd probably get 9, maybe 10 out of it in an event. And that should be good enough to keep me on podium, possibly second. Definitely wouldn't have been first, but that's fine. What happened is, I mean, it was like 350 ish, and it really was more of a hypertrophy thing. I mean, Raymond went out and he did 17, and I'm like, what's going on here? Then I had to go out. No, I'm sorry, I wasn't next. Um, Alan was next, and he went out and pulled 27, and he had 3 or 4 called back as no rep. My turn to go out. I pulled 21, but I had 5 of them. And what happens, and I've never explained this to people, I have no hearing in my right ear, never have. It's never really affected me. But the ref was on the right side. Now she's a competitor, but I guess maybe I should have explained to her that I have trouble hearing on the right side. And as I'm pulling, the first like 3 reps, I think I got one, and then they started not giving me the reps until I got things lined up. And then I was fine. I just didn't hear her. I just didn't hear the up and the down call. That's on me. That's my fault. I know better, and I just screwed it up. That being said, I ended up with third in that event. We moved on to the sandbags. I saw how things were going. Again, Raymond was forced to go first because he had his day was worse than mine. So the sandbag, um, Raymond got, I think he got 65 feet. Something went wrong, and he dropped the bag. And as soon as the bag hits the floor, you're over. They gave us a chance to reset, so relap it, but you could not let it touch the ground. So that's what happened to Raymond. I really kind of saw how things were going, and to me, uh, I just decided that I was going to make sure that I outrun Raymond. So I did 200 feet. It's actually 900 or 199. My apologies. But that was good enough. That would keep me in third place. Um, Alan, who is the newest guy in the class, he has just turned 40. He's been a decent competitor down in the I believe the 105 class. He went 649 feet. This was not a timed event. It was sheerly for distance. And basically, he just never stopped. And then Adam went next. He went down and back. He went just far enough to beat me, kept me in third place. I knew where I was. I knew what I was doing. Um, I felt very defeated at this point because I didn't have that fire that I needed, and the yoke, sorry, really took a shot at me. The last event was Atlas Stones. It was a 273-pound stone, and I felt good about it. I expected a couple of reps out of it. I didn't, see 6 or 7 reps by any means, but 2 or 3 was definitely possible, and I don't know what happened. I simply couldn't get it over the bar. I don't know if something was off with the bar. I heard a lot of people complaining about how slippery the bar was. It was a wood casing over a yoke. I'm not sure how they did it, but it was really cool. And I just, no problem picking it up. And as a matter of fact, I think the second rep, I almost couldn't get the stone off the ground because there was so much tacky on it, and the temperature and everything like that. There was so much tacky and it was everything I could do just to get it to let go of the mat. I made 3 attempts, and not one attempt made it over the bar. And I was kind of disappointed because I haven't zeroed an event since nationals last year. At the end of the day, I did manage to place third place, and that gave me my run at nationals. So I'm going to throw those videos up for you. Like I said, I'll probably speed them up a little bit just to save time. And I'll leave you with those videos right now, and I hope you enjoy them. All right. You can see, wasn't a terrible day. Wasn't my best day. Like I said, really just felt very run down. Never really felt super rested. Matter of fact, between the third and fourth event, I curled up on the floor and slept for half an hour. Never had to do that during an event. I just really wasn't there on the day. But I got my national invite, which was the goal, the ultimate goal. I was hoping to be more challenging for first place. Clearly was not going to happen. But we're here. So I'm going to leave the video at that for you guys. I'm going to do some trap bar deadlifts. In the next video, I'm going to show you guys the event list for nationals. There's a couple cool ones in there that you guys might be interested in. And then we'll get into some training. But as I said, for now, that's where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you guys come back. And I hope this video isn't too terrible. And I hope the other videos aren't too terrible. And I hope it was fun for you guys because I kind of did have a good time, just not as good as I'd like. Take care, guys.